right. Well, this is a Halloween treat because we're recording this 2 days beforehand. This is posted on Halloween. So, just to give you all like a great treat and all, we are talking about Gravity Falls, one of the best underrated Disney shows ever, along with Phineas and Ferb and a bunch more. But Gravity Falls was definitely something else when it came to Disney.
No doubt about it. That did not change my life, but it's still a great show for me. And just me a lot of voice actors and stuff. But of course, I used to one in particular or some beforehand, but nonetheless, this show was really great. But I kind of wish it had another season. I could touch it more upon, but it's still a great show.
I mean, when we get to the actor part and like what you explain with season 3 or a bunch, then I could explain more. But yeah, and you first.
So, here's how it started out for me. I mostly watched it due to Watch Mojo in the first place because one of their videos was top 10 hated animated Disney. If it was animated or just Disney, whatever the case may be, shows about Disney. It said that Gravity Falls was one of them. I was like, what? Because like I've heard this show before, but I was like, so what are the reasons why? And I was like, okay, that may be making sense, but no, I don't fully believe that. So I just dived on in, and I was like, hey, this show is actually really good. It's meme worthy. It's everything holy that you ever want in a show. Being one of those, of course, shows that touch upon just the characters seem much more human rather than just silly characters. But the show is overall a treasure. And it's also one of the many few shows on Rotten Tomatoes that have a 100% score, which is a bonus.
Exactly. And they should deserve that. And was there a reason why Watch Mojo put it on there in the first place?
Okay, like if I were to remember, okay, let's see here. Let's see. Let me just turn this off.
Didn't get Mojo that much because again, this is the same channel that keeps using their info again and again and reuses it a lot. So, because that's just their opinion, like for what they're saying.
Well, yeah, just running out of ideas and everything. Just like doing unnecessary stuff like top 20, 30, 50, 100. It's just freaking stupid.
It's like this. They judge before actually watching it. It's like they're like, okay, we look at the poster of it. We look at the how the characters are with animation. Hell no, we don't like it. You didn't even give the show a try before judging it.
Exactly. What the? Oh wait, is it even on it? Oh, okay. So it says right here. It says this is here. Let's see. Let's see, what is this? Teenage woes and relationship difficulties playing a part in some of the storylines, but it's also called dark, stereotypical, and inappropriate for kids. Yeah, well, screw them. Did you hear that?
That's regular show and a little bit of Adventure Time.
They're good examples, but I'm talking about back in there is stuff or just anything that has backstories to it. So why did they have to say that only to Gravity Falls? That's a stupid ass answer. Come on. But enough of Watch Mojo. But yes, this is a story of how two twins, Dipper and Mabel Pines, they spend their summer at Gravity Falls with their Grunkle Stan. And yeah, they just go through supernatural stuff. This is basically a kid version of the actual show Supernatural.
I never thought about it like that, but yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. And of course, it all starts with the first episode. Fresh, would you like to take it away?
Yes. Again, one of those introductory episodes where it just establishes the characters about who they are, what their quirks are about, and everything. And well, I just usually like it when you already kind of get to know the character. How can I put this? Think of it like Spectacular Spider-Man. Like when the first episode, you already know who Spider-Man is, what he's already been through, and blah blah blah, what's going on in his life. Yeah, I just kind of like that better a little bit. But yes, here it introduces, Dipper explains who he is and what's going on for the summer in Gravity Falls. So around the time his goofy sister Mabel is just dying to just ask out a boy. And again, it's like she meets us this certain type of spooky dude who is a little bit unusual, and Dipper tries to find out what exactly like who this dude is. And it just turns out to be a bunch of gnomes who decide to kidnap Mabel as to make her their queen. And of course, like she ain't having that. They won't take an over an answer, but yeah, they managed to get away and fight off the gnomes. And this is where they just really, really like have their backs, like twin power.
Yeah. And just to point out a very important aspect of like the first episode as well, where Dipper finds one of the journals of like how he knows about all the supernatural things that's going on with Gravity Falls.
Yes, yeah, most definitely.
Right.
Really important foreshadowing or something like that. Important later on.
Yeah.
And this was the episode where Dipper got his iconic hat.
Yes, because it was originally brown, but now it's like blue and white. And there was like a what if for like this episode, because remember Stan asked Wendy to do like put out the flyers, but if she actually said yes, Dipper might have not found the journal.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, but again,
It's like he wanted him to find it.
I mean,
Then again,
well, yes, because like when we get to Stan about like how he really is, and I say really very strongly for that because it's important too.
yeah. But yes, of course we did talk about the episode. Christian, would you like to talk about one of your favorite episodes?
Of course, we haven't gotten to her character or act yet, but I just it's like a later season, Northwest Mansion. But it's just like myself for a certain reason. But I'm not gonna talk about it more until we get to the character specifically. But that's one of my favorite episodes.
And since like this is a Halloween treat, the next one we could talk about is Summerween, where basically in Gravity Falls it's tradition to celebrate Halloween during the summertime, which is a really creative idea.
Which is simply because they like it so much.
Of course, it's
Like you forgot to add that.
oh yes, of course, and oh sorry, yeah. But yeah, it's just them in the store, like creating a lot of shenanigans and everything, and then of course Susie's like messing with the skull heads where they're laughing and everything. Of course they leave, and then what do you call it? Mabel has like an album of like Dipper and hers like costumes over the years, but Dipper like at first wants to go, but realizes because Wendy and Robbie go to a party, it's suggested that he should go, and of course he wants to go because he has a crush on Wendy, of course, and he has to fake being sick, so he doesn't go. But of course, anything for his sister that he still goes as peanut butter jelly, which is a really creative idea as well. And yeah, they go with Granda and Candy, and also with Suze. And of course, a very important aspect is like, well, giving out Candy that they made the Summerween trickster, which was a bad idea, because the deal was you had to get a bunch of candy before every candy was out of Gravity Falls, or else there's consequences. So they do eventually get candy, a lot of them, but Dipper kind of fucked up when he actually put them behind the bushes, and it fell in the water and everything. So they were kind of screwed at that moment. But while this is happening, Stan is trying to scare these two kids, and of course, nothing really tries until later in the episode where he's trying to take a shower and everything, and them kids saw something that no kid should ever see in their lives. Yeah. But of course, Mabel finds truth about what Dipper was originally supposed to do going to that party, and she was devastated. And Dipper wants to make up to Mabel, and they go back to the Summerween store and everything. And yeah, it was revealed about how people would throw out these candies, discount candies, and just disrespecting overall. But I will say this was a good episode in my opinion.
Sure, yeah.
What about you, Fresh? Any favorite episodes?
Alright. I'll see. Well, one of my personal favorites I always keep on coming back to is let's see, what was it? Oh yes, A Tale of Two Stans. Yes, it explains the story about how Stan Lee and his brother Stanford, how they came to be, what was their origin story, how did they get here, it's very. I really do like like origin story episodes that just have a lot of different a balance of just writing and and like the characters, what you see them go through, all that junk. It's just very emotional, and it's very, very risky as well because when Stanley managed to bring Stanford back into the portal, and yes, he was expecting just a big welcome, but no, they're just still bitter at each other just for what happened all those years ago. Ford's chances of getting into like his dream school getting thwarted by Stanford, who just really wants to just sail around the world with his brother because they were just the best of buds. But again, that just caused some tension between them, and that's what ended up Ford getting sucked into the portal. And well, for now, they're just only it's just only the beginning about like what's gonna happen later on because they're just it's just madness waiting.
Yeah, there was a lot that happened throughout like what you just explained, and it's really good. But and this obviously answers a lot of questions about who's the real author of like the journals. Let's see here. Another one of my favorite episodes is the Time Traveler's Pig. Yeah, that's a pretty good one where he meets Landon, who has like this thing where you could go back in time and or like go in the future or anything like that. And what do you call it? This is the main point of this is like Dipper just wants to impress Wendy by throwing a ball at those cans, but every time he would do it, it would just backfire by going back in her eye or just he does this multiple times. While this is happening, Mabel like finds her new pet Waddles, aka her best friend and everything. The one time he actually didn't f up, that Waddles got taken by Pacifica, and that was really bad. And then Dipper and Mabel got into a whole fight and everything, and they went back in the past, like all the way in the past, like multiple times. And yeah, they went back to the present where Dipper won and everything, and Mabel was just so sad that he's like, you'll forget about it, like in days, months, and everything else. And she was so sad. Dipper felt really bad, so he went back in the past, fucked up in purpose again. She got together with Wallace again. I thought it was a pretty interesting episode.
Same here.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Oh yeah. First, would you like to explain Double Dipper?
Well, like an attempt to throw a part, like Stan decides to throw a party, but Dipper and Mabel discover this copy machine, which is an actual copy machine that can duplicate anybody. Dipper in this case, and he just uses this to once again try to just get with Wendy. And ultimately, they have this cliche where they, of course, point out that we're not going to do this thing that, like, we're going to turn all evil and turn on each other and stuff. And that actually did happen, and just madness just ensues. And in the subplots, Maple has this opportunity to just make friends, which she does in the forms of Candy and Granda, but it also sparks her rivalry with Pacifica as well.
Was that in karaoke though?
No.
No, that's a different one.
Oh, I thought like we call it. Oh wait, okay. So Pacifica first appeared in karaoke, right?
No.
No.
Here.
It was Double Dipper. Yes, Double Dipper is in season 1. The episode you were saying karaoke, that's season 2.
Oh, I thought they were the same ones.
No, because okay, I'll get to that episode after this one. But yeah, I did like that episode as well, Double Dipper. Oh man, you know what's a name I always wanted?
Tyrone.
Yeah.
My dad always said, "I'm gonna tell Tyrone."
Derpy Dipper.
They're obviously referencing Doodle Bob.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to the season 2 episode that you were talking about, Christian, karaoke. So basically, this is a time where everybody from Gravity Falls is like situated again because of the whole fight with Gideon from season 1, and yeah, they meet these two FBI agents basically about realizing the supernatural things that's been going on with Gravity Falls, and this is basically of course where zombies come in and everything else.
Well, of course, Dipper raised the dead, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, this will be the 2 different episodes. Let's see here. Going back to season 1. Let's see here. The little one I thought was pretty good was Boss Mabel, where Mabel and Sam had like a bet if Mabel would be a better boss than Stan because his like way of like managing like the Mr. Check is like questionable but like terrible at the same time.
You could say on the level of
So
Mr. Krabs.
yeah. But the thing is, Mr. Krabs actually cares about like no, not Mr. Krabs. Krokustang actually cares about his family.
Yeah, just
But man, there are some certain scenes that question, like boys playing Cash Wheel, which is basically Wheel of Fortune, but like cash money and stuff, and he landed on Cash Shower. He literally was about to take off his clothes on TV.
Dude, cut to commercial.
But at the last puzzle, he could have won, but the only answer was please. And Mabel actually mentioned it earlier, but.
Oh my god, yeah. Remember how Stan had to get into it? He faked like having a heart attack.
dude.
Oh yeah, I remember that. And like,
Yeah.
oh man, he's having a heart attack, and the only way to get it is be a contestant on the show. And
What should we do?
I think one of the officers said, "Man, this guy is such an attention seeker. We should put him in."
Yeah. But yeah. Okay, so maybe it did prove up their boss did Stan. But the thing is, she gave everyone else like freedom at that point because as a boss, of course you have to be a little bit strict, but also have the freedom. Not entirely freedom because Dipper goes finds a big creature. Zeus just wants to be, the question man, but he's in his underwear at that point. And then Wendy, of course, she goes off with her friends. And the business is not really going all that well, especially like asking for refunds.
And that's where Maple drew the line.
Yeah. Let's see here. Trying to find another one. Oh yeah, Fresh, would you like to explain the deep end?
Not really one of my particular favorite ones, but like it's just a hot day. They decide to go out to the pool, having fun. Like let's see, Stan's cherries are getting stolen by Gideon, and let's see, Dipper tries to impress Wendy by becoming like a lifeguard himself. Mabel she meets a new boy who turns out to be like a mermaid dude, like a merman. Yeah, mermaid. And so, like, he was just explaining the story about how he got here, and now he just wants to just be free. So yes, Dipper and Maple help him out, and he ultimately like it makes it back. But that also loses his chances to get with Wendy. But that's good enough for him because like she got fired for whatever reason, like she did.
I think she stole too many snacks.
Yeah, she did.
Also, why do you think it's bad, Fresh?
No, it's not. I didn't say it was bad. It's not one of my personal favorites.
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean,
It's like a news. Okay, like he basically said it's like a neutral episode. Like you could say it's not one of his favorites, or it could be one of his favorites, because not every episode of Gravity Falls is gonna be your favorite. To be fair,
that's true. And there is certain one I know you don't like, Fresh. I forget what it's called, but it's where Dipper like asks out like different girls.
Okay, that is what was it? Oh yeah, roadside attraction. Yeah.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Dipper, come on. Like, why do you have to do this? You're just basically, I'm sorry I have to put it like this, but it's like a good comparison. He's basically a little version of Quagmire at that point.
With a little bit of Mordecai.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Because I know you got no shots with Wendy, but why do you got to ruin your reputation with other girls, but you can't keep commitment? That's the thing.
I mean, that one girl he met in the absolute down attraction, she was pretty nice, so I think he should stick with her and not go with other girls. As well as even worse that girl, including the other ones he met, all came around at the same place.
Awkward.
Definitely.
But while that was happening in that episode, Kuka-san meets this lady, but finds out that she's actually half spider.
Oh God, I did not know that.
Yeah. But again, it was you know. See, the thing is with me. Sorry, go ahead.
What was that episode
What?
where Dipper, Mabel, and Wendy and the teens?
Yeah, like what? Yeah, what you're about to say is the inconveniencing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, Dipper basically lies by saying we're technically a teen and everything. He just wants to hang out with Wendy mostly, but also hang out with the other teens. He just wants to prove himself so bad to be so cool that breaks into the abandoned convenience store and everything. And they're just having a great ass time until they find out like the whole place is haunted by this old ghost couple that died because of these teens back in the day.
Yeah, because of their hip and stuff. I'm giving him a heart attack, and yeah. But he basically got some human relation because the ghost made him dance in a sheep costume.
Lamb.
we would like to hear a song. And then he says an indignant voice as well. Really good. It was good. Let's see here. Another one of my favorite episodes was it Carpet Dim, where everybody was switching bodies because of this carpet they found, and plus another secret room they found in the Mystery Shack.
Oh man, it's especially bad because Mabel, aka Dipper, was well actually Dipper aka Mabel, because Dan found aka Dipper, so I'm teaching him about girls, and there's a book called Why Am I So Sweaty?
Goodbye, my childhood. Oh, poor Mabel. No.
I mean, would you rather have over here and all that?
I mean, with Dipper, it's different because all guys go through that. Come on.
True, but oh well.
I mean, that's why we have health class at school, everyone, to learn more.
Yeah,
but
reminds me of that Shouter where they switched bodies too.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite episodes. But going back with this, basically the main plot of this was before about the carpet switching and everything else. It was basically because Dipper was so tired of Mabel's friends always with their sleepovers or summer parties and all that he just wanted his own room. But they're basically in the competition, and that's why when they switch bodies, they try to ruin their guys' chances, saying give the room to Dipper, aka Mabel, give this room to blah blah blah. So that's basically the main point there.
Yeah. There's also the one with the puppets.
Sock opera.
Sock puppets.
Sock opera.
Oh, sorry, my fault. Sock opera, but it's not one of my few favorites per se. I was gonna say this earlier. I don't like certain episodes from season 2. That's why I only stick with season 1 in my opinion.
All right.
Well, once I do eventually watch Great Falls and Disney Plus, of course I'm gonna watch every episode, no matter how bad the episodes are.
I didn't say it was really bad. It's okay, if you had to choose a season 1 or season 2, which one would you of course choose?
A little bit of season 1, but I barely watched. Well, of course there's some episodes of season 2, but I just barely watched that, and I barely watched season 3. With the arc of Stanford.
Yeah. Let's see here. But yeah, do you want to explain more about sock opera, or what you liked about it?
Okay. What was that guy that Mabel liked?
I think his name was Gabe, something like that, something close to that.
Yeah, you got it.
Anyway, so Mabel falls in love with him because he's like a sock puppeteer, and she wants to impress him with her own puppets. And of course, things go awry when Bill arrives, they mess everything up, and yeah. And then everything goes to crap, and everything goes on fire, and then he left Mabel.
Again, not one of my few favorites. Again, and I know at the end of the episode because they always do this with the credits where they're very creative. It's everybody was a puppet at the end.
Especially with Stan and Old Man McGucket, they were Waldorf and
Statler.
Let's see, another good one was Fight Fighters. Yeah, good one.
Oh yeah, the Street Fighter parody.
Would you like to explain them?
Okay, remind me who the guy is that is based on Ryu.
Rumble McSkirmish.
Yes.
Thank you, Fresh. Okay, so Dipper and Wendy played this game based on Street Fighter. It's called Fight Fighters. And yeah, of course, and then there's another played again. Well, Wendy's off screen. He joined his quarter and he found a secret code dusted behind what do you call it, the game machine, and then he put in the cheat codes, and out becomes the Ryu character. And
Just say Rumble.
That's basically a code to freedom back to life.
So yeah, basically this is your like typical school situation where you have a bully and you make someone else like beat them up for you.
Of course, yeah, but of course everything goes really insane when the game character that Dipper brought out literally is about to kill Rod.
Yeah, because this is like their feud with like who wouldn't be like better, but when I'll get that to him in a minute. So yeah, he almost kills Robbie, but he's like, stop it. Rumble is so into like game characters. Like, what, did you kill your own father? And then yeah, of course, he accepted his fate. And yeah. But yeah, one day she came back and everything else, and she was making sure they were not fighting because she hates when guys fight. But no, of course. And then of course there was a scene where of course they're all three chatting, and then when she dropped her brush, they still have their feud and everything. I did like the end credit where. Sorry, go ahead.
I said, yeah, I was agreeing.
Yeah. But I did like the end credit where it was showing them as like the ghost from Pac-Man technically, and Zeus was like Pac-Man himself while dreaming.
Yeah, and there's a subplot where Mabel was trying to get Stan not be afraid of heights anymore, but that backfired because while that's happening, I just gonna say because I'm gonna be stupid forgetting the character.
Rumble, for the love of God.
Rumble. It's Rumble.
Rumble skill skin. Anyway, yeah, Rumble was destroying the water tower that Mabel and Grunkle was on, and yeah, Stan automatically is not afraid of heights anymore. It's like, yeah, conquer it, but Mabel is now afraid of heights when she wasn't. So that.
Grunkle Stan, why are you acting so quay?
You're the one who's acting cray.
Girl, why are you acting so quay? We'll be back, and girl, why are you acting so quay? Sorry, go ahead.
Episode. Okay, so what do you call it? Zeus was trying to ask the girl out, whatever, but everything backfires. But until they go to a game store and look through different video games, until Dipper comes across a certain one, but the lady said that one has been returned so many times, and then Zeus started playing it. And meets this girl named Giffany, and he starts falling in love with. But little does he know that she's actually sentient. Hence why the game was like sent back to the video game store multiple times.
A parody of Yonli Simulator,
which I am familiar with. I never really played the game, but I've seen a little bit of gameplay. But yeah, that girl is scary. Cute, but scary.
Basically, why Zeus get into this because it was him and his grandma got an invitation to Zeus's cousin's wedding, and basically gives like this whole thing about like finding a girl for himself and everything. So yeah, while meeting Giffany and all that, he meets an actual real girl named Melody.
That's right. Thank you. I remember what was that girl's name, but thank you for reminding
me. Yeah. She just likes how Zeus is like with his inner child, especially, and they actually do get into dates. But it gets really awkward when especially Giffany finds out about this.
Yep, and she possesses every game, and they're trying to attack Zeus and win his love until Zeus had to game just with him and burned it through an oven.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember the name of that animatronic Goku Stan had with him in this episode.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's like a gold miner.
Yeah. I like the end credit of that. It's like him in that like the miner in like Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was really nice. Let's see here, another one. Oh yeah, Fresh. Would you like to talk about the bottomless pit?
Okay, don't really remember that much. All I just remember is like they were just sharing different stories, and that's kind of cool when shows do that kind of stuff.
I could talk about it some if you want.
Well, go on,
Sure, good.
Ryan.
Okay, so everyone is just throwing in different stuff into the bottomless pit, but Dipper, Mabel, Zeus, and Grunkle Stan all eventually fell in there, and then they're just falling endlessly, and then to kill time, they tell stories like for example, I think it was Mabel's side called Truth Ache, where she was sick of Grunkle Stan lying all the time, so she reads through Dipper's journal and finds a gold teeth that whoever wears it tells the truth, and this backfires because every truth that Grunkle Stan tells gets him in trouble, but eventually she got the cheat out of him and put it in a large truck, which was at the beginning of the episode. And oh yeah, Dipper's one. He was so embarrassed that everyone was making fun of his cracky voice, so he goes to Old Man McGucket. He had a formula that I may have a different voice, but that also got him in trouble, and he got his normal voice back. But he poured the rest into Gogo Stan's coffee, and he now sounds like a woman.
What y'all is laughing at? I'm Grunkle Stan. Yeah, I remember that.
And I don't remember what Grunkle Stan's one was, but
It was
Juicy.
Grunkle Stan. Oh no, I was gonna help you out. Grunkle Stan's one was pretty short because, of course, it's his own story where he becomes like, he's playing football and everything. Everybody's cheering for him and becoming the new captain and all. Has a robot son and everything. Again, it's pretty short, but go ahead with Zeus.
Okay, yeah, that wasn't really interesting, but yeah, Zeus's was the last one. Zeus and the kids were playing a pinball machine game, and to get the high score, they're like moving back and forth, but it's not supposed to do that because little they know that it's a haunted and enchanted, and because they were chilling back and forth, which they weren't supposed to, they got sucked into the pinball machine as a curse. And the only way to do that is to turn off the machine, but Zeus doesn't really want to because if you turn off it, it would like reset everything to clean his high score.
Yeah.
But eventually, the A somehow went back up, and then Dipper says like a wormhole type of deal. Everything's fine until Dan accidentally fell in again, and then the Empress across his arms, like sitting there, like weighing it out. Like this is stupid.
Yep. And of course, there was there was an episode where Dipper, Maple, and Zeus had to go through Stan's mind because early in that, he was trying to get like the deed to the mystery shack, but of course fails as always. So he makes a deal because he has one of the journals with Bill Cipher, one of the biggest villains of like the whole series. And while trying to remember about Stan Pines and everything, he actually goes through his mind. So they have to go through his mind to stop Bill to like find the code for like the safe for the deed and everything. And of course, dreams do come true for Mabel for her dream boys and everything. So yeah. But while they're going to door the door with like memories of Stan, Dipper finds his door where Stan's is talking horrible about him, but doesn't fully hear it because he closes the door immediately. Because in a later scene, he hears the whole speech because that's how like Coco Stan's father was with him to like toughen him up basically.
Yeah.
And of course, there's the big final where they had to defeat, Bill. Not entirely defeated, but he'll come back one day.
But however, because it'll continue later on, because now Gideon has the deed to the house. He owns it, and he partially destroys it.
Yep, and then this is where it goes to the next episode, Gideon Rises, where he owns the mystery shack and everything. And yeah, because of this, they have to move in with Zeus's grandma and everything. and yeah, just him like reminding like the Mystery Shack as his own, and everybody's loving Gideon with what he's presenting and all, but they don't know the dark secret behind this because finding like want to find the journals. He does eventually get with Dipper's journal throughout that episode, but people were just shocked to find out like how does he know about our secrets because of the pins they have of like Gideon's face. They actually had like a camera and like a speaker to like hear what they're saying, and they're very shocked about this as well. But going towards this, Coco Step, realizes that he can't take care of them anymore, Dipper and Mabel. That he wants to send them back to like to their parents' house because again, it's not up to him. It's like financial like issues, especially like losing the Mystery Shack. And of course, Dipper and Mabel has this like fight with Gideon with his robot that was built by Omen McGuckets. And yeah, when people found out about the truth of like little Gideon, he was arrested, and the Mystery Shack went back to like Uncle Stan.
Yeah, and that was one. Another episode with Gideon. Dipper is upset that Mabel is a bit taller than him. Then he actually finds a bunch of crystals that can shrink and grow. So he uses that as an advantage until Gideon gets a hold of it via like crystal and flashlight, whatever, and then he shrinks both Dipper and Mabel. So it's basically a shrink adventure, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, whatever. And then Gideon wants to like use the shrink grow flashlight to like shrink stands so he can like take over the shack and stuff. Of course, that backfires, and then Dipper and Mabel are back to normal. But of course, Zeus also got shrunk, and Dipper destroyed the crystal, and yeah,
That was Mabel.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
But the thing is, this happens to twins in real life too. It's either you're like taller than them, or like you're because I'm gonna get into this a little bit. It's like during like the birth situations, like one twin is like a few seconds older than another one. To be fair,
Yeah.
like they'd be like saying 10 seconds older, 20 seconds older by a chance because yeah, that situation. And funny, this title of the episode you were saying, Christian, is Little Dipper. That kind of goes back to like what was it with Double Dipper, where it reveals that Dipper has a birthmark of like the actual Dipper you would see in the stars.
The Big Dipper, to be accurate.
And doing
What?
Mason.
Huh? Mason.
That actually shocked me because they never really revealed that in the show. But it was like through videos I watched, I was like, really, Mason? I would have never guessed.
Neither would I.
Let's see here. Going back. Let's see here. Irrational Treasure. Yeah. That episode was like, yeah, because going back in the olden days, and with Pacifica's family claiming that basically her great-great-grandfather was like, the founder and everything, I believe. But not really all the truth because they go to deep research and everything else. But while they're doing that, Goku's tennis like got to like, what do you call those things?
Like, yeah, or like stalls or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was something, yeah. But yeah, they go into deep research, but W. Derlin and of course Sharp Bubs are like, after them because being intel about them. So they do more research about anything, and they go to the cemetery where they found more evidence that it's actually a fake about Pacifica's great grandfather and anything like that. And yeah, we found out about Quentin Tremblay. Like, yes, what was it? 8.5 prisoner or something?
8.
So, what do you call it? They found him, but he's like in peanut brittle and everything like that. So, of course, he gets out. And, well, technically, because they were captured by, like, the cops and everything. But realizing, because before you're not president anymore, you're supposed to sign something. But since he never signed it, he's still technically president. And this gives them the power to let them go to vacation, both the cops and everything. And towards the end of the episode, because again Pacifica was giving Mabel a hard time, is that Dipper wants her to get it. So like he gave the papers to Pacifica, and she's just in total shock. Which was good revenge.
Mm-hmm. And another what do you call it? People in Pacific Rebel is Golf Wars. Is that right?
War. Yeah,
Yes.
just one.
Okay. So yeah, they're at a golf course and they want to like go golfing and stuff, and that's basically the whole summary of the episode and stuff until they meet sentient golf ball creatures, and yeah, that came a whole day until they almost kill Pacifica because they capture her and stuff until they defeat them, and then Sylvia was forced to ride with Dipper and Mabel at the backseat of Dorothy Stan's car into the mansion. That's where they found out that she's Reginald.
Yeah.
And what was the episode called where Robbie like supposedly hypnotized Wendy?
Boy's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can you explain more, please?
Okay, so Boy Crazy is the same one where Mabel, Brenda, and Kenny went to see their band several times, and what do you call it? And learning about what happened, how they're being treated by their boss. So they basically want to sneak them out and bring them back to the administration. Now, with you, Christian, what you said about hypnotizing and everything. So basically, Darby basically used music to hypnotize Wendy and everything. And Chris beyond shocked by this. Because he has seen this before in his past, and they were just on it. So like they just had to slow it down to find out that yes, it was really a hypnosis, and going back with several times. It's like they're having a good time where Mabel's is like getting like too close and like overpowered at the point that she doesn't want Brenda or like Kenny to like even see them. But yeah, Dipper confronted Bobby about it, and Wendy's unshocked. And Wendy's like, in her feeling right now, and this is like one of Dipper's stupidest moments. Invite her to bowling, even though she's having like a meltdown. Like, why would you do that of all things?
But I mean, come on, give us some space, you freaking shit.
Credit was like one of them was like chewing out of like the trash can, and Grokusen was yelling at them. But yeah, it was a really good episode despite what happened, but really good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I would like to explain Land Before Swine, Christian.
Okay, so basically, Grokusen is like, well, a little bit is getting tired of Waddles take care of it, and so. I mean, no, wait. It's not tired. You're just being very careless. Like, Mabel asked Grokusen to take care of Waddle while they're off on their own thing until he according to him, he said that he fought off a pterodactyl, but he didn't. He just was careless, and a pterodactyl took away Waddles. And while that time, Dipper and Zeus were like having it out, and this is like mispronouncing pterodactyl, like saying pterodactyl and saying pterodactyl bro, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to find one picture card. So, it was from going back. I believe this was season 2. Yeah, it was Landon's game. This was like one of the saddest episodes because this is where Landon comes back, but this is also where we find out that Zeus doesn't really like his birthday because of his past. Because as a kid, I'm sorry, go ahead. You guys can explain.
Yeah, okay. Dipper and Mabel got hold of his time machine. Well, of course, before that, they go to like the time games. It's like an Olympic.
Okay, so going back, yes, Landon's game was one of the saddest episodes because we learned that Zeus doesn't really like his birthday because they got a hold of his wallet and found out his birthday was actually today. So they just wanted to make it special because Zeus is a really cool dude. But he has this, Chris explained, they got a hold of Landon's time machine and everything, where they went back to the past, and explains why Zeus doesn't really like his birthday because as a kid his dad was not really there for him. Listen, we don't question about his mom. I don't know really what happened to his mom per se,
but his dad was never there for him. Tried to trip. What happened?
Never mind. Like it just shut off again,
What
but
happened?
it just shut off again. But just keep on rolling.
Oh, okay. But yeah, there was a theory about this. It was like
Where he would get these postcards from his dad. Someone was like saying,
what if it's not actually his dad making these cards? It was actually his grandma, like, you know, trying to cheer him up a little bit.
but you know, they were like want his like
Have an opinion about it, the deadbeat dad. But Zeus, you know, realized that until, you know, growing up that
his dad was never really liked it that much per se. But as Chris said, his cousin was there. I said his grandma was there, and just like to make it up, they went for laser tag, and they actually had to like do it like an intergalactic like laser tag.
where whoever wins gets a wish. And what do you call it? They wanted to use that wish for like Zeus to be his dad, apparently.
What do you call it? Zeus wished for like to have like endless, you know, just like said never like you know, repeats itself, and then wake up with like
And he would get like hair and everything else. But I gotta say, overall, oh yeah, this is also the start when it was going back to the end credits where Zeus finally a screwdriver that was belonged to like the mystery shack, and he goes back, and what do you call it? This is where Bronco fires like who was Deputy Durland at the time. He was an intern for him. So basically, Zeus was like asking, "Hey, is this your screwdriver?" He's like, "Hey kid, you want a job?" And he was just questioning himself. And Zeus finally realized it's like someone cares for him because growing up, Bronco's father, because her father figure per se.
Well, yeah, you can say that. And this is where Dipper and Mabel meet young Wendy and her friend.
Yeah, Tambry, yes.
And I love the scene, like, because they bump into them, it's like, Avery says, I'm sorry, and, Wendy wants to something here, and she said, my friend said so cute, and she was pointing to Dipper, like, oh my gosh, Avery, don't do that. She pushed her off the trike. And then Dipper, Mabel's like, now you know how she feels. And then Dipper's like, realize it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember
Now,
words
what
like
was
that.
Was it like done like under the bunker or something where they made the shapeshifter?
Into.
The shapeshifter.
Yeah.
Into the bunker, yeah. I personally didn't see the episode per se, but if you could explain, go ahead.
Go Wiley. Okay, so Dipper was still like sipping Mandy as usual. Everyone finds a hidden bunker under the tree and stuff, and then they think they found the Arthur, but as it turns out it wasn't. It turns out it was a shapeshifter, and the guy who they thought was the Arthur was actually a man on a speck of a bean can or whatever. But yeah, that thing was freaky, but it was still kind of cool at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, one of the Halloween episodes per se, because it was on like October, was Little Gift Shop of Horrors. If anybody remembers that.
Remember which one that is?
So basically, there's this random like guest who comes into the mystery shack, and Rokusen is basically showing him around the mystery shack with any exhibits or like what he wants to show. So it shows like Stan gets cursed by a witch after stealing the watch, so his hands get taken away. Mabel, makes claymation that becomes a monster and everything like that. And this is also the episode where Waddles eats like all that special jelly that Dipper was saving for himself. But now Waddles like smart.
I never saw the part where Rokusen was cursed by a witch, but I didn't see the part with the claymation and the smart Waddles thing. And then at the end, Rokusen I gave some to the Nazi guest made him like a part of the attraction.
And in the end, the guest was actually I believe playing tic tac toe with Mabel.
Yeah, and he's like, get me out of here, hell.
And she was like, I don't think you know how to play this game. Clueless. Let's see here. Oh yeah, Society of the Blind Eye. This is where we find out about Owen McGuckin's past, where we found out that he was actually smart because of the Society of the Blind Eye. Like, anybody that saw supernatural stuff, because his uncle served these students seeing the gnomes, and they were afraid that she would tell anybody at that point. So, of course, they have this like thing where they would just like anybody's memories of anything. So, yeah. And we found out that Owen McGuckin was part of the reasons why. Because we did explain that, yes, he was smart in his prime as well, but he's just a crazy speak of Omen McGuckets, let's go back to here. I can find it. Was it? What was the title of that episode? I think it was. Oh yeah, The Legend of the Grabber Wonker or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Christian, would you like to explain if you remember?
Okay, so this is. Was it episode 2 or episode 3 of season 1?
2.
It's 2, yes.
Thank you. Okay, so the Dipper, Mabel, and Dukes are having an adventure while Grunk stands doing his own thing. Like, for example, like making bad uncle jokes, like, my wife is asleep, but her aim is getting better. Her aim is getting better.
So, what it can help you with is that the main point of this episode is like there's like this sea monster that's going around like scaring like people or just like seeing sightings apparently. But the main plot is like Gokostan just wants to like hang out with Dipper and Maple, but gets really upset when they want to go with Seuss. So that's why he starts hanging out with other random people and start making people uncomfortable in a way.
Right. As they try, well, of course, they're trying to get pictures, but they keep losing their cameras accidentally, and they like also threw their cameras out for stupid reasons. Turns out that the Rubber Walker was actually
Omen McGucket, yeah, you kind of cut it up, but I can help you there. And the reason he's been doing this, the reason why he was doing this because he just wanted to hang out with his son, but because he's crazy and all, he doesn't really want to hang out with his father all that much. And this story is like really related to like Dipper, Mabel, and Coco Stan that they decided to hang out with him.
Yes.
Let's see here.
All right, let's talk about one more episode, and then we'll move on to the cast. Let's talk about the finale itself.
The Weird Mageddon. Yes, where Bill Cipher returned with more vengeance than anything like that. His full-on plan with his new team. It's all messed up apparently because it starts with this that that when Ford wanted like a new like assistant to help him out, he wants Dipper full time. Mabel gets upset by this. She takes the wrong backpack, and then what they had is like they were trying to work on something. Then Blendon comes out of nowhere, but revealed that Blendon was actually possessed by Bill Cipher, and that kind of messed it up. And Gravity Falls was taken over by Bill and his new team. And then everyone, like some people were turning to stone, some people were just hiding out and anything like that. But this was a crazy adventure, like 3 parts at that least.
Well, it was still epic, especially the Mystery Shack being like a character type of deal, fighting his minions and Bill Cipher himself, and the theme song playing with rock music. It was just the most epic thing ever.
It was.
Yeah.
And
it's like the Avengers fighting Thanos at this point.
No, that's what I think of any scene where you're fighting like the main villain in their final battle. That's what I always think of, like Endgame. It kind of takes me back to like Titans Together. That's what it reminds me of as well.
Oh, exactly. I agree with you, Bliss. That's definitely a good example.
Yep.
So another example, I never see like clips of it. I never see the full episode, but I like final battle with Final Tony and season 9, like. A lot of their friends come together and fight 3 bad guys. I'm not gonna tell you what, because you're not Mount Planet fan at some point, but yeah, that's also what it reminds me of Avengers.
That's a good comparison as well. But yeah, they had a plan where they would have to go to like Ford's memories, like Bill, but realized they did the switcheroo that Ford was actually Grunkle's dad, and then they had to like wipe out his memories, basically forgetting everything, which was a great sacrifice because it was like the final battle technically with him and Grunkle's dad, like, and then he punches Bill Cipher where he's finally destroyed, but again his memories are wiped until like they start like bring up memories, and it got to the point where he says Zeus's name for the first time after his memories like get wiped, and he's starting to remember everything. But the ending of this show was something.
Yeah, like Stan giving Zeus his mantle, which is like one of our meanings for ornamental, of course.
Yeah, and just giving this whole speech about crushing my dream at least, and he definitely deserved it. Ever since he was a kid,
and after he got that mantle, that his grandma started moving in like her stuff and everything else, and then his girlfriend Melody started working at the shack and everything else, and because they wanted to take time off, Ford and Stan, like they wanted to take like their time off and like just hang out as they were as kids at adventures and everything like that. But it got to this scene where it was like Dipper and Mabel had to go back to their town, and it was like, oh geez, that was so emotional, like especially. But there was like a certain part where it was like they couldn't take wild waddles because their parents would have a different opinion. But go understand throughout the play was like, if I had to deal with that pig for the whole summer, so can your parents for like the whole months and anything like that. The bus driver didn't allow it until like Ford and Stan like show their weapons. So yeah, of course, as the bus was going, everyone was running to say their goodbyes, and then Dipper opened a letter saying "See you next summer" with everyone's names, every main character, side character. It was just wow.
Exactly.
Oh, that was a good ending. Yeah. Now to the cast.
All right, first, would you like to talk about the genius behind Gravity Falls?
Yeah, okay. Creator Alex Hirsch, yes, one of the best guys in the business in general. Like, yes, he based it off of his own experience with him and his own twin sister Ariel. Like they would just spend summers just nothing to do, just getting mosquito bites. He described himself as being taking himself too seriously and everything. Obsessed with mysteries and monsters and ghosts, so he decided to just make Gravity Falls into the summer he wished that he and his sister would have, yeah, as well as his other works as being part of Legacy, writer, producer, and of course voice actor. Because god dang, his voice work is absolutely crazy.
It's unbelievable because back in the it was back in 2018 where I was getting back to Gravity Falls, watching like season 2 episodes. I found this one video where it's showing Alex Hirsch doing his main character voices, and when I found out that he voices both Suze and Grokless, I was like, damn, that is some range.
Exactly.
But yeah, other than Grumpus Stan, Suze, there's also Omen McGuckin, Bill Cipher, Jeff the Gnome, Smebulock, Quentin Tremblay, and just many other characters that was just like unbelievable fight from the creator himself.
Yep. And there's another show that he was in called The Owl House, where he voices a character named King Clawthorn.
But my first introduction to Mr. Alex was Fishhooks.
Well, before I knew about him, it was Fishhooks, but my main introduction was this, before I knew that he voiced one of the characters in Fishhooks.
But and yet, yeah, I was bringing this up from earlier because Christian, you did bring up that you wish there was like a season 3. Everybody wished there was a season 3 of the show.
Yeah, I think season 3 could kind of be a spin-off that should be like with Suze and the other characters like doing their own thing and stuff, or like I'll be like fast forward to next summer where Dipper Mabel will come back and then like, oh hey, how you been and stuff, yada yada, and and other things.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course, to anybody's knowledge, if you saw the fact video or seen videos, there's an actual real life Bill Cipher statue in real life out there.
And that is crazy too.
But yeah, for Alex, for just his hard work, dedication to this show, it's marvelous and beautiful. Bravo to him, 1,000 majillion cajillion. All right. Next up, Fresh, would you like to talk about Dipper's voice actor?
Alright, okay. Alright. Unlike many other young boy characters out there, Jason Ritter, he was passable as Dipper. I mean, like, I do agree with other like criticisms saying that like his voice was a little bit too deep, but he still did awesome because he did make Dipper the more mature, more intelligent, and much more somewhat relatable, understandable character that you would ever want to like see yourself as. And I kind of like see him as a little bit of Peter Parker / Arthur of the show, a little bit, but much more ballsier. and we'll first got introduced to first got to know Jason a little bit from let's see. Well, yes, of course here, yes, but other works, yeah, just mind blowing.
Yeah.
This is my main introduction, but there's also Skylar's Academy where he plays Dark Sparrow and an Amphibia. I don't remember what the character that starts.
Oh, okay, got you. Um, yeah, this was my introduction to Jason. What's so cool about Jason is that he's an actor just like his father, God rest his soul, John Ritter, because he was known for like shows like Three's Company, Eight Simple Rules, and mostly how I got introduced to his father was when he played Clifford from the 2006 show.
2001.
Oh, cool. Maybe 2001.
Yeah, like isn't that where it was first appeared, like 2001? Or were you thinking of another show like?
Hold on, okay. He first played Clifford in a video game back in the 2000, but how I got introduced to him was the 2006 show, his version of Clifford. Although I know he plays Clifford in other media.
Oh wait. Oh wait, 2000, not 2001 for me. But yeah. So thanks for
Yeah.
like yeah.
That's no issue. But yeah, for Jason Ritter, I would give him like just a simple like 10 out of 10 because with his quirks as Dipper, it's like being brave, being a simp, or just anything like that. Anyone could like relate to Dipper as a kid. But yeah. Next one, Christian with Mabel. Go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, bloody hell. Okay, so yeah, Dipper, Mabel. Oh my god.
Slow
John
down.
for once.
Slow down.
Slow down, buddy.
Mabel, his twin sister. Yeah, she's like the cute little like girl, wears different sweaters, and yeah, you can't hate her at all because she's too lovable to hate, and also because her voice actor as a bonus, Christian Shaw. Like one of my introductions to her was of course Toy Story 3, where she voices a character named Trixie, but this right here was my love for Kristen Shaw because the way she voices Mabel, her voice is so iconic, even when she voices other characters. But yeah, it's just really awesome. Also, she voices it. Okay, who does she voice again in Bob's Burgers?
Louise.
Louise. Yeah, she is a girl that always wears a pink bunny ear hat. So yeah, that's how you recognize her. So she does that. I also got introduced her in live action in Muppets because she's like a peace inner peace type of woman until she punched Jack Black in the face.
Oh man, that was funny. Yeah. When I found out that was like Mabel Pines, I was like, oh, that's really nice. Wasn't she also a Norbit, if I was am I mistaken?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was
God,
going to
thank
say.
you for reminding me, Blitz. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah,
And
with
she's
me.
also movie with Mr. Barkley and Kristen Bell called The Boss. She was a teacher.
Got you. My introduction to Kristen Shaw before Gravity Falls was Toy Story 3 and Adventure Time.
Did she play Adventure Time again?
Jake Jr.
All right. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and also she was also in Clyde Chance Meatballs too.
Yes, kept her in advance, the first epic movie, and this other media she's been on. And we got from
and also Debbie as well. She voices a girl nude.
Oh, got you. And I was gonna say, from your side first, I'm assuming Toy Story 3 as well.
Well, yeah, that was yeah. And let's see. Like, yeah, Shaw has said, like, out of all the characters that she's played, Maple is the closest to her actual self. She even cosplayed her at a convention one time.
She cosplayed as her? Okay, that is dope.
And let's see here. Oh yes, if I remember correctly, like I kind of like think of Maple as a much more likable and hilarious version of Dee Dee from Dexter's. If you see like a little bit of that, like and
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And yes, Mabel is also based off of Alex's sister Ariel, while Dipper is based off of him. So yeah, that's a little bit of a dynamic. It just that's a nice little fact to know of. Go on.
Yeah. Speaking of Alex, so I gotta say, speaking of Alex's sister Ariel, she was actually in one Gravity Falls episode where she played one of Pacifica's friends.
The pink-haired one, to be exact.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but yeah, Mabel, nothing really wrong about her. She's just hyperactive, just a fun little girl. I mean, for a sister, who wouldn't want that? Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Fresh with Wendy. Go ahead.
Yeah. It turns out that we have she's another one that's we've been pronouncing her name wrongly. Linda Cardellini as Wendy Corduroy. So yeah, she's just the basic laid back, cool, no like rebellious, somewhat the teenager that that's Dipper just really crushes on. But what I do like is that she's just 100% chill. Like nothing ever just gets her down. At least most of the time. But she's still one of my personal favorite characters. And well, that's all really I can say about her.
Yeah,
I
Wendy's
agree
got
that she is pretty, but I don't have a crush on her. I just say that she's pretty, but yeah, Dipper really needs to back off because when we mentioned earlier that he had the audacity to like ask her to hang out with him after she's like having a meltdown earlier when he was talking about. That's just ballsy.
Yeah,
It's just ballsy.
and the pretty part. Need I remind you that she is 15?
I know, but I'm being complimentary and I'm making a point. I'm sure everyone thought she was hot.
I never really
Well,
had that.
anyway, yes, and I do agree with Fresh that she's really chill. She was really fun to hang out with, and one of my favorite moments in the Blind Eye Society episode, Suze was listening to this mixtape which annoyed her so much that she ejected the CD and tossed it out the window, and Suze gave her a mean look and is like, "I'll buy you a new one, I promise."
Listen, Wendy, if that boombox says I eat my own shirt, I would eat your own shirt. Okay, I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah.
I thought it was his pants.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, okay, I got you. But yeah, with Linda, I first got introduced to her in regular show. Others was like, yeah, Park Gravity Falls, Sandra and Craig. Live action was the 2000s Scooby-Doo films.
It was mainly this for me. Also, did not know she was in a regular show until I found out. She's supposed to be a Cloud character.
CJ.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And in live action, one of my introductions to her in the movie Daddy's Home, she plays Will Ferrell's wife. She did really good. And Good Burger, she played like a psycho patient.
That shocked me when I found that out. So I was like, oh, that's really
cool.
cool.
I barely recognized her. And then I found out, like, oh, whoa, I didn't realize she was in there the whole time.
One of our more popular shows back then was Freaks and Geeks, and what do you call it? Of course, she's part of the MCU, plays multiple characters, and yeah. What do you call it? And I'm assuming for me, Fresh, regular show?
Alright, it was live action Scooby Doo.
Oh, okay, got you. But yeah, for Wendy, same as the other characters, 10 out of 10. Let's see here. And then we get to like more of like the awesome characters here and there. And then before speaking about awesome characters, we talk about little demons. That's little Gideon. Oh, little Gideon. Yeah. Doc Von Orman, who you may know as Flapjack. Yeah, that's really surprising. Yeah. The little Flapjack goes to like playing little Gideon. It was an awesome performance, honestly.
And it took me a long time to realize because I didn't pay attention that they share the same voice. But after you told me, I was shocked. What's even more shocking when you showed me the footage that's his actual voice.
Yeah, shockingly. I first learned that in the Flapjack fun facts and everything else. I was like, damn, that's his actual voice. And yeah, when I found out about Flapjack, Little Gideon, and other stuff he's been in, I'm like, wow, that's pretty interesting. But yeah, Little Gideon, he's just like this little southern, rich boy. He's just really obsessed with Mabel and his power, and he's really obsessed also with the three journals, just like the rule over Gravity Falls. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of characters, over the time character development, Christian, you've been waiting for this moment.
Okay, so yeah, the reason I didn't want to talk about my favorite episode because it had Pacifica in it. Okay, so her one actress Jackie Butscarino, don't really know her that much, but this is my introduction to her. But anyway, yes, of course, she started out as, of course, Dipple's rival and a show episode called Northwest Manor Mystery or whatever it's called. But this is my episode because like a certain voice actor I like is in it, and the episode overall was pretty dope. And she earned herself a redemption because she found out her whole life and family was a lie. Because everyone, including her parents, are like based on lies. They even made her lie, and they also control her via ringing the bell, so she's under their control. She was not as bratty as was normally, but it's also that she had earned her own redemption, and her and Deborah became friends. And you could agree with me or not. Do you think they should be a couple?
I like that. I mean, fans have kind of said that a little bit.
Yeah, fans, the internet, pictures says otherwise. I guess it could go good depending on, because the thing is, that was like the only episode they had like a lot of interactions with each other. So this is like one episode. If they had like more interactions with each other, then I would say yes. But it's kind of like a maybe for me.
Well, I would kind of see it, and plus it would get his mind off of Wendy, and plus they are the same age, I think.
Well, oh yeah, there are. But with her voice actor Jackie, I first got introduced to her in Adventure Time, where she played Susan Strong.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yep, the one with the cat hats, but find out that she was actually a robot the whole time.
Whoa! Okay, that was a twist I was not expecting that.
Yeah, it was like one in the later episodes of Adventure Time. What I caught, it was like this is one scene where her hat was off, and it shows like a little bit robot parts like from her head. I was like, oh wow, that's a plot twist. Who knew?
But yeah, even though Pacifica was hateable because, she was like hating on Mabel and whatnot, but since she got redemption, she became likable. So I give her 9.
Yeah. Another media I got introduced to her sector was in Steven Universe, where she played what was it? Sour Cream and Onion's mother.
Oh yeah, that's right. Dude, I forgot what it was.
That's alright. Because it was an episode where we found out that their mother was friends with Amethyst when they were very young.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mixed opinions. I would give her a 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Speaking of which, going back to the Little Gideon side, Fresh, would you like to talk about Bud Gleeful?
Yes, I mean, like, he's just basically just Gideon's father. He doesn't really do that much, except for just assisting his son, whatever it is that they may have. And Stephen Roots, yes, really does like nail the accents, like hearing people's accents in general, and like other different works you may recognize him. Yeah, like Office Space, Dodgeball, it's blah blah blah, so on and so forth. It's like he's an amazing actor.
He is. I first got introduced to him through. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it took me a while to hear him in different media. Like, my second introduction besides this was in Thundercats Chapter 11, where he played a one-time character called a Drifter, where he's a rabbit. He's like a retired sword maker / sword fighter. But yeah, he did pretty good. And once I started watching Amphibia, he voiced his character named Mary Toadstool. Like, wait, why is he not for... Oh, wow. and they have the same voice tone. And when I got just in live action and other stuff, Steven became my favorite actor slash voice actor. He's really great. And while I was watching Superman the United States on HBO Max, he voiced a one-time character. He's like a villain. It turns out he's an alien. Pretty good stuff.
What do you call it? With my introductions, I first got introduced to him in Kingdom of Hill, where he plays one of the main characters, Bill, one of Hank's friends. Finding Nemo, where he plays Bubbles, and what do you call it? Scooby-Doo Camp Scare.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, Camp Scare. And I always forget that he voices Bubbles. Bubbles, my Bubbles. Don't touch my Bubbles.
Okay, where are you going? Let's see here. Even though it's a little bit, well, this is sound effects. D. Bradley Baker is Watto's, Maple's best friend, and I mean, Watto's, I really don't mind him. He's a fun, lovable pig. Let's see here. And then going with Mabel's friends. What do you call it? I recognize the actor that plays, Candy, Nikki Yang, because she also plays Vimo and Lady Randy Corn from Adventure Time. Very good. And let's see, other works. Oh yeah, I know she was in Weaver and Bears, where she plays Chloe's mom and anything like that. But pretty good. What else?
I thought that sounded creepy.
Let's see here. And with Granda, no shocker there that yes, she was voiced by a dude.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little bit for the comedy effects, but it was like, yeah, okay.
Got you. Let's see here. Going also here. And of course, there was some unbelievable guest stars. Fresh, would you like to talk about Alfred Molina?
Yes, he voiced the multi-bear and like yes, Dipper versus Manliness. He was said to be this creature like who is the nemesis of the Manitars, but it turns out that like he was just completely innocent. Like the Manitars made fun of him because he liked the song Disco Girl, which he and Dipper bonded over because Dipper was sent over to kill him. But well, again, the Manitars were just jerks. But it was nice for him to just come back in the Weird McGetting trilogy, and yeah, like Alfred has said that like he really had a fun time in voicing the character, and of course, for you Spider-Man fans out there, he is of course the one and only Doctor Octopus.
Yep. And not for him. What happened there, Christian? Both Alfred Molina, I first got introduced to him through, I believe it was, if I'm going back to media, it was Gravity Falls. I'm trying to figure out what it was of, other stuff. But what I'm trying to figure out, what other stuff did you guys get introduced to other than Dr. Octopus?
Or I mean, no, instead of just go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Besides, of course, Dr. Octopus, Gravity Falls, and of course, live action. The second Pink Panther film with Steve Martin, which I'm watching again on HBO Max. He plays one of the detectives. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Oh, that's what it was. Rango. He was in Rango.
Oh yeah, because he voices Roadkill, the Spanish armadillo.
Really good role for him. But yeah. Going back with the multi-bear. What was it? Oh yeah, what do you call it? First, would you like to talk about the big Darling and Sheriff Blobs?
It's like they're just these like bumbling police officers. Like Blubs is voiced by the great Kevin Michael Richardson, and Darlin voiced by Keith Ferguson, and their chemistry with each other is just dynamic, and they're also one of the many few LGBTQ characters.
Yep, and of course Cam R voices a plethora of characters in Gravity Falls, including a character in A Northwest Manor Mystery. I'll just call it Lumberjack Ghost. I don't remember what his real name was, but yeah, and he's pretty cool. But yeah, my favorite scene with him involved Dipper. I'm talking Dipper in the episode Headless Hunter or whatever it's called.
Headhunters.
He's like, City boy, too or durable. But until like at the end of the episode, Dipper shows in the head of Wax Stan until they spew coffee on each other.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like a time when Kim Richardson and Alex Fisher would mostly take over the voices for Gravity Falls, which is a good thing. Yeah. Um. Oh yeah, what that lumberjack you were talking about. I was really shocked to because after watching the episode and doing research that it was a relative of Wendy's family from like years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Wayne's family, let's go to the next character, her father, voiced by none other than John DiMaggio.
Manly Dan. He was just like the manliest hand. Yeah, he's just like this loudmouth like lumberjack dude. Like, yeah, just wants to prove he's like especially like when Tipper was trying to prove like he was a man, but of course Manly didn't like just showing off and got everyone pancakes.
Right. And of course, there's that one guy,
Tyler Keybiker, yeah, voiced by Will Forte. Yeah, I first got introduced to him through the Cleveland show, but yeah, this was also one of my introductions, along with Clyde Chance with Meatballs.
Awesome.
Yep.
And next up is Lazy Susan, voiced by none other than Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh yeah, this was really surprising because this is like one of the instances where she actually switches up the voice a bit, which people her.
Yeah, my main introduction to Jennifer was Robots, where she voices Aunt Fanny.
Mine was Fish Hooks.
Oh yeah, I forgot she has a Facebook. But anyway, a surprising one. Okay, I don't know if either of you ever saw the Will Ferrell movie Night at the Roxbury, but believe it or not, she plays a hot cop.
Oh, I saw that scene 2 days ago on Instagram. I was surprised about that.
I know. When I found out that she was in a cast and she was that cop specifically, like that was her. So that means she, of course, let herself go later years. But of course, that's where she's most recognizable. But it's still shocking to this day for me that she was that hot cop.
Chill.
And of course, her other known works is like Two Broke Girls.
Yes, I was about to bring that up. Thank you, Bliss. But yeah, that was also my other live action. Oh yeah, she was also 2 of the Legally Blonde movies.
Yes. And let's see here. Go next. Kari Walgren, who's a really good friend of Alex Church because they worked in other projects like Fish Hook, Gravity Falls, Rick and Morty. She's mostly known for playing Shonda Amanda's. Let's see here. Pacifica's mother. If I'm going to get. Oh yeah, what do we call it? Stanley and Stanford's mother from that flashback. And yeah, Kari, she always does great with these roles.
Of course.
And speaking of Rick and Morty, I don't care. Justin Rowland, known for playing Glenn and Brandon. Yeah, I first got introduced to him through Adventure Time and Fish Hooks.
Yeah, Adventure Time anyway. And of course, we all know who he was, Lemon Grab.
Are you eating your lemon grabs? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're just like
what is that? You sound like Stitch on drugs.
My voice trying to do
it. No, I know. But the character he played, he's really decent. At least he got redemption, like in his later appearance, especially letting him know, like with the Time Baby. Like now, for the context of Bill Cipher did not technically kill Time Baby because he is he reappears 1,000 years later where he has a temper, he did explain it. And those guards that were next to him, those are just holograms.
Oh.
That's everybody's clarification. Speaking of Time Baby, really shocking that he was voiced by Dave Willenberg. I first got introduced to him in Ben 10 where he plays Upchuck.
Oh, so that's his other time role. Okay, so remind me and another voice comparison. I want you to pair up Upchuck with Time Baby.
Gotcha. Let's see here. What Frumble as the Street Fighter parody character? Yeah, voiced by Brian Bloom. I first got introduced to his works in TMNT 2012.
And who did he play in TMNT 2012 again?
Krognar and that Italian mob boss.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. He eats a lot.
father, Preston, is voiced by Nathan Fillion. I first got introduced to him in American Dad. I know he also has works in The Rookie and we got Firefly and what was it? Monsters University.
I thought his dad was voiced by John O'Hurley.
Yeah. Well, it's funny how you mentioned that because what do you call it? John O'Hurley voiced one of the golf balls.
Oh, okay. So he is in Gravity Falls.
Yep. And speaking of golf balls, oh yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of golf balls, would you like to talk about the main one, Christian?
It's been once I've seen the episode. Who's the main one?
Franz.
Franz. Oh, my fault. Yeah, voiced by Patton Oswalt.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, yeah, basically, like somewhat of the leader, but yeah, he's just like they're like sort of the leader of the golf ball characters and stuff. But it's really shocking that Patton Oswalt was him.
Yeah. Let's check more. Okay, speaking of other golf balls, Jim Cummings voiced the Pirate one.
Yes.
That's pretty dope. And of course, Cameron Richardson was the big one, Big Henry, which he made a noble sacrifice.
Yeah, and Polly was voiced by Kari Walgren, and she just didn't want Big Henry to make the big sacrifice.
Gold. And next up, it plays other characters, like one, Chambry, which is Wendy's friend, and then character we mentioned earlier, Giffen.
First introduction to Jessica, I believe it was. I'm going back. I want to say it was either the Mighty Bee or what was it? Can't really. Okay, I think so. And what about you guys?
Mighty Bee.
Fresh.
Mighty Bee.
Okay, he's dead. Okay.
Got it. It was really this, but I got to know more in Loud House. Of course, she was the two main characters, Lucy and Lynn Jr. Not a fan of Lynn Jr. for many reasons, but she's a good voice actor. And others like Maggie from Buzz Off Maggie, Brightwood from the Benton Reboot, and many more.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Going with guest stars, Jonathan Banks, who voiced Stanford and Stanley's father, Mr. Pines. He's most known in Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. He also took over as Dick for The Incredibles 2. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. Even though I didn't see the full episode, there was also Weird Al Yankovic.
I forgot he was in an episode of Gravity Falls, but yeah, I don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, it was Dungeons and More Dungeons, where he played the guy Probabilitor.
Oh, I see. But yeah, that's just an episode with Stanford and Jimmer. Speaking of Stanford, he is voiced by none other than J.K. Simmons.
Yep. J. Jonah Jameson himself. Like, yeah. Of course, introductions was, part of J. Jonah. It was also Megamind and the Yellow M&M.
Nice. And his main role right now is Omni-Man from Invincible.
Yep. Just a fucking like it's just J. Jonah. If you give him so much power to that point, it's like that is not a good thing.
Man, if Spider-Man came up with him, he would be dead in a minute.
What's funny is because Josh Keaton actually appeared as a Spider-Man parody character. Oh, that's a good reference. Nice. Nice. Let's see here. There was also Eric Bauza who voiced Ernesto, aka what Seuss would imagine what his father would look like.
Oh.
Yeah. You're checking for more from here. Let's see here. There's Kimberly Brooks who played that lady saying, "Girl, why acting so cray." There is Dara Sabara, Corey Borden, Fred Tedeshore, Gray Delisle. Checking for more. Tara Strong.
There's also guest star Larry King because he played a wax figure of himself. May he rest in peace.
There was also Coolio.
right, many released as well. Thank you for reminding me.
Mm-hmm. And a bunch more who just did additional voices or just part of the main cast. But yeah, Gravity Falls is proven to like not just being a good show, but also have an incredible cast with Alex Hirsch as the lead.
No doubt about it.
Yep. And now to final thoughts. As I said before in the beginning, Gravity Falls is like one of those Disney shows I actually watch like a lot of times, other than Phineas and Ferb or just anything from Disney Junior, like Disney or Disney X, like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, by any chance like that. But like Gravity Falls had more like depth into like more stories, more backstories to it, or just like anything that kept you like watching it over and over. It's like a great show to watch. Go ahead, Christian.
Amen, brother.
Oh, yes.
Okay, yes. Great show to watch. I don't care what Watch Mojo says. They can't go eat their hearts out. It's not a terrible show. I mean, it does have some bad episodes, but it's still not hated. Great cast, great show. A lot of big moments, a lot of funny moments, a lot of sad moments, all in between. Great show, 100 out of 100.
And you first?
It's one of the most meme-worthy, emotional, and just fun to watch shows ever in the world of animation. If you put it on a scale on like on how big you think like either like if it's top 10, 20, Infinity, whatever, it is like one of the all-time greatest shows like in that the world has to bring. It's that important to the world of anybody who's interested in, of course, animation or Disney, and whatever you want to say.
Yeah. And yeah, those are our opinions. We do thank all of you for our last review for October, and we do hope that all of you have an early Halloween or just because this is 2 days recorded. But yeah, happy Halloween to all of you, and hope to see more stuff for November.
Yep, and happy Halloween, everyone.